In a recent video, we soft modded the original Xbox using the Endgame and Rocky 5 exploit combo. And if you're like me, your immediate next step would be to load up the Xbox with all of your Xbox backup files, so that way you won't have to find the discs or even just get off the couch if you want to switch from Halo 2 to Burnout Revenge. And if you're also like me, you'll blindly start copying ISO files onto the Xbox via FTP and then wonder why they're not working. Thankfully, after some trial and error, I found a few methods that all work. Per your request, here they are in a video to help save you time. Method 1 is ripping games directly to the Xbox using DVD to Xbox. If you have a pile of games right next to your Xbox and don't want to go hunting for the proper files online, this is probably the simplest option, as you can just open up DVD to Xbox, go to the settings, and turn off ACL processing, which is really only needed if you plan to play that game online in certain circumstances, but otherwise I've heard that it makes your game more compatible if you just turn that off, put in the disc, and start your rip directly to the games folder. Once it's done, you can hop to your dashboard, do a little soft reboot, and then you'll see the game ready to play without the disc in. Easy peasy. Method 2 will cover how to properly set up game files that you found from somewhere online so that your Xbox can pick them up. At first I was grabbing XISO files and just copying them to the Xbox thinking that was fine, which turns out the Xbox cannot actually read those in that format. An XISO file is actually a special type of disk image which actually needs to be extracted into a sort of folder format with all the files laid out inside a folder so the Xbox can actually read it. If your game is already in folder format and you can see lots of little files inside of one big folder, then you're good to go. You can just FTP that over to your games folder and call her done. But if you have an XISO file, you want to hop over to the link in the description to this GitHub for Extract XISO, which is a tool that can be used to both build XISO files and extract them back to the directory format, which is what we want. What you'll do is you'll grab the latest release, download that, unzip it, and then from the command line, you'll just cd into the directory you just unzipped, run the extract ISO command by typing extract-ISO, and then dragging your XISO file into the command prompt window, which will autofill the path, hit enter, and then it will just extract that XISO file into a directory in the same location. Once that's done, you can just copy that newly extracted directory over to the Xbox's games folder via your FTP program of choice. A third method that's worth covering is if you have an XISO file, you can actually just burn that file directly to a writable DVD and play that in your Xbox. There are two kinds of ISO files you might come across. One will be a redump file and one will be XISO. If you burn the disk and your computer can't show you the individual files that are on the disk, that's good. That means that you are using an XISO, so you should be able to put that in the Xbox and it'll read it straight away. But if you can see the files that you just burned to the DVD, you are probably using a redump file and that likely won't be readable by the Xbox. A bonus method worth mentioning is that if you're using the XBMC Emustation dashboard or one of the many standalone emulators written for the OG Xbox, you can transfer ROMs of other consoles for emulation to the provided ROMs folder that the dashboard or app creates, allowing you to play NES, SNES, Genesis, N64, and even niche DOS and Sharp X68000 games. There are also many Xbox-specific ports available, like for Quake 2 and Doom, because obviously everything needs to be able to run Doom. And you can copy those ports over to your Xbox by simply FTPing them into your games folder on the Xbox. I recommend checking out this list on gamebrew.org to see how many ports and emulators are available for the Xbox, because there are many. Thanks for watching, guys. If there's anything else about the original Xbox you want to hear more about, let me know in the comments, or just anything console related. Subscribe to help out the channel, and we'll see you next week.